What's up, everybody? Today we have a black Mexi Strat we're going to do a little setup on. I've got a Schecter down there too, but I don't know if I'll film that one. It's cool. I just trying to fit two guitars in one video seems weird to me. So yeah, this thing looks pretty cool, man. I like to break my setups down into kind of three phases. I got the inspection, the cleanup and polish and preparation for the setup basically, and then the actual setup. And then I guess there's a fourth where I play it and get the pickups dialed in and make sure everything's like totally dialed in. I like to get at least like a half an hour if I can into a guitar to really like dial it in. Because after you set it up by the numbers and kind of by the initial feel, once you play it for a little bit, you find all kinds of little things you wanna tweak and change. So yeah, we're gonna do that. All right, so the customer is complaining that the springs aren't good anymore on the trem system. So I always throw noiseless springs on all my Floyd guitars, and I've got a fat stack of stock springs laying around, so we're going to hook them up with some of those. This one's got a maple fretboard, so to polish the frets, I either got to use a buffing wheel, which I don't have here yet, or tape off the fretboard and use dang man, I always forget the name of this stuff, micro mesh, which I also love. So, got the strings clipped off. I'm going to pop off this back plate real quick, and that'll make it easier to get the strings out, and I can pop the springs out at the same time. This does not fit. I got to get a different bit. So, wow, it's probably not that the springs are worn out. They are a little worn, but they're probably still fine. It's just that this is too far out. So we probably just need to adjust this. He probably doesn't need new springs at all, and we'll wedge a little piece of foam under there to mute these things, because that jingle, I don't know if some people like that. I can't stand it. I have a very good feeling that we'll have to bust out my ultra mega long drill bit here, my Magnum bit, to get these to go in all the way. It always ends up that way for some reason. Nice piece of alder. Look at that. That looks nice. It's kind of funny at work, I'm totally out of this wider blue tape, and here I'm out of the narrow stuff. There's not a whole lot of like science you can talk about with taping a fretboard or technique. What I like to do is take a fresh edge, butt it up against a fret, push it up against the next one, and then use my thumbnail and dig in there to get a nice little place for my razor blade to just kind of sit inside of and gently slice, and then I just fold it down. Some people like to put tape on the sides I think that just wastes time. And then I'll take this extra piece and I'll flip it around so the fresh edge is on this side, and I'll find a spot where it fits as close to perfect as possible, which is going to be this one, and reuse it. And then I'll just keep doing that over and over. Man, it'd be super cool, boop, to have a, whoa! We're going gorilla style, dude. This is getting nuts. There we go. It'd be really cool to have like a piece of plastic with all the frets slotted perfectly out for like common fretboards, like, like a Fender Strat with, the modern jumbo style wire and some tall narrow or something. I don't know, man. All the common stuff. Maybe one for Jacksons and ESPs. Just like you could just pop it down. Don't have to worry about tape and just polish away, or do fret levels and crowning and stuff. That'd be sick. I'm working on very slowly working on learning this vector software for making guitar designs in 3D, and then being able to control CNC machines with it. It's a very slow process because it is like learning a second language. It's pretty weird, but I'd like to figure out how to create those too. Just like keep track of the most common guitars I go through and make little templates for them, because tape's expensive. It takes a lot of time to tape and detape a neck, and it's the least enjoyable part of the job. So yeah. Alright, we got the Music Nomad out, getting our wax on, clean this baby up. And one thing I love about working with your hands, especially on guitars, I don't know what it is about guitars, but I can just totally get out of my head and be in the moment, enjoy what I'm doing, and not think about anything at all, you know? It's a good feeling. It's like the best way, well, maybe working with like dangerous animals or riding motorcycles or driving really fast, you know, fun stuff. Maybe that's a little more in the moment, but this is more peaceful. That's a rush, you know? I never really get a rush out of working on guitars, but it feels good. I love it. I think it's my calling, man. I think I actually like found the thing that I'm good at, I really enjoy, and I can make money doing, even if it's not much. You know, like this is my jam, dude. This is what I do. I love it. All right, so I checked the tuners to see how tight they were and tightened them up. I also checked the output jack and the screws that hold the bridge on. And now I'm checking the claw screws, which are pretty much stuck. So I'm gonna pull these out, drill it out, and then use some paste wax to make this a little easier to adjust. And kind of seals in the wood, keeps it from expanding, contracting so much too. Not that it really makes a huge difference because the whole cavity is unpainted, but there's that. So after I get the strings up to pitch and I get the neck where I want it, then I attack the bridge. And for almost everyone I set up, unless the customer asks me to do otherwise, I tighten it down until it stays flush with the body when I tap on it, you know, with the strings ringing. And then I give it another like half turn. And that gives you, like, no matter how much the wood moves, it's always going to stay flat with the body, but it has nice light feeling when you press down on the bar. If you wanted it up a little bit so you could pull up and down, then you just stick a couple cards under it and tighten it down the same way without the extra half turn at the end. So the other thing I'm going to check once I get done with that is the neck angle going this way. Whoa. So yeah, on this one, the high E, the distance from the high E string to the edge of the fretboard is less than on the low E. So what I've got to do is loosen up the screws in the back about a quarter turn, maybe half turn, something like that, and see if I can shift the neck into position. If I can, tighten it down. If I can't, I got to pull off the neck and use some sandpaper. I usually use like 220, maybe 300 on a flat block, and just keep it as level as possible. That's absolutely key. And just remove material from inside the neck pocket. They usually overspray, so there's a bunch of paint in there, and that's what causes that. So anyway, I'm totally wiped out, man. So I'm going to go to sleep and finish this up on my lunch break tomorrow. All right, we're back for day 2. I got the truss rod set up just the way I wanted. I got the neck angle correct. And the next thing is the nut. I've got all of them done except for the G. You hear that annoying rattly buzz. Sometimes that comes from the saddle. You can go to the other end and kind of move the string, see if it goes away. It's not in this case. So you can also grab the string and it goes away. Look, the slot is too wide for the string. So we're going to pull it out, get some super glue, get a piece of an old string, drop that down in there, wipe off the excess, and then we got some of this accelerator. Just get a little squirt. I usually give it about 30 seconds to make sure it's totally dry. It's better. Let's do a little more. I'm going to give that a few minutes to dry and then slot the slot again, and then it should be just fine. If not, then I'll have to do it again. So on Strats, I like to get the neck almost dead flat, like just the tiniest amount of relief, and then I'll go just above 7 thousandths down to just above 6, and that's usually my starting point for the action. And once I'll do that, I'll play it for a little bit and make sure that that's working out. And then if that's good, then I'll intonate it and do the pickups. These are all too low. It's really down to taste though. Everybody likes their setups a little bit differently, but kind of found once I get it set up the way I like it, people are almost always really happy with it. So yeah, I'm on my lunch break, so I gotta kind of wrap this up and get this knocked out pretty quick. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.